Welcome to another episode of the YouTube channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, and I'd really appreciate if you could go back and watch all the rest of the videos that we've already put out. So this is vlog number 2. Welcome to 2022. I really hope that everyone had a really good Christmas and everyone's back ready to dominate 2022. So today is Monday. So went back to work last week for 3 days and kind of started to ease back into it. So some of the things that happened during Christmas and New Year that I just kind of want to recap is transferred everything over from the spreadsheet that I was using. So if you've seen one of the previous videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. So transferred everything over to Squeegee. So I was learning how to set up Squeegee, how to use it, and so far I've found it really useful. Is it one of the things I probably should have done 4 months ago? Maybe, but I think now I appreciate it a lot more. Now I'm 4 months in. So yeah, if you're not on Squeegee, have a look at it. It's a really good app. Helps you to keep track of everything and plan your kind of days and your routes. And the easiest thing that I like about it is that if I complete a job today, and say when I've loaded the customer in, I've said that they're a regular customer and they're going to be cleaned every 6 weeks, it automatically schedules it in for 6 weeks time. So I don't have to sit there when I get home and go through the calendar and count the weeks and do it that way. So it saves me time. Yes, obviously it costs me money, and that's the reason why I didn't do it in the beginning, but it saves me time. So now I'm in a position to be able to justify spending that money. It's well worth every penny. The other good thing that I like about it is that I linked Xero to it. So I chose Xero for the accounting and I linked that to Squeegee. So what happens is now I've started to transfer some of the customers over to Go Cardless. So the ones that I'm seeing, I'm having the conversation face to face with them and giving it to them as an option. Not everyone wants to go for it, and that's completely fine. If I can get majority over to it, then great. And obviously then I've just got a handful that aren't. Obviously moving forward, the preference with customers will be to put them on Go Cardless, just because it saves them time and obviously saves me time as well. But what I was saying was the good thing that I really like about Squeegee and Xero when it's connected together, it's a bit of a faff if you're kind of not very technically minded. I also found it a bit of a challenge, but you learn, and that's the whole part of having a business, is you evolve and you learn new things. But the good thing is you can, when I complete a job in Squeegee, you can set it up so it automatically sends an invoice to the customer either via text or via email. But then what it also does is if you take a payment, it will automatically send all of that data to Xero. So then when you log into Xero, you'll have the invoice and obviously if the customer's paid or not logged in there. Now obviously it is dependent on you putting the right information into Squeegee for it to then transfer it over to Xero, but once you do have that set up, it's very simple and straightforward, and I'm finding it a joy to be able to just not have to worry about it, and it just transfers it over. Whereas previously, every time I was using my spreadsheet, which was really good, I would have to copy the customer's details over, paste it into the next month or whenever the clean was, and then add all the details again, record the payment and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it saved me a lot of time, and it's something that I'm glad that I did between Christmas and New Year, because then that allows me just to focus on growing the business in 2022 and not having to worry about the back end systems and processes and stuff. So yeah, if you're not on Squeegee, have a look at it. It's a good app, and that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's others out there that other people prefer, but for me, Squeegee connected to Xero, it just works perfect. So that's the main thing. Something else that I've been doing is obviously reaching out to other exterior cleaners or window cleaners, and not necessarily just local people, but people further afield, and that's for a variety of reasons, but the main one is because there's always opportunities to pass business. There's always opportunities to learn from each other. And, I think if you want to really grow your business in 2022, collaborations is the way forward. So collaborating with either other business owners that are in a different niche that you are in, because you can always learn things from them that they do in a different industry that you could apply to yours. And equally, collaborating with other people that do the same job that you do, perhaps in the same town, perhaps in the next town, the next village, whatever, So someone I met up with last week face to face was Matthew from WCS. Now he's based in Milton Keynes, so we're not, there's no crossover in customer base, but he actually had a customer in my area that he does on a regular basis. And so we met up, we had breakfast, and had a really good chat. And it's good just to have a conversation with someone who's going through the same stuff that you are, but maybe has a little bit more experience, that can help you and guide you, and you can always learn something new. So it was really good to meet him, and we've already got a couple of jobs in the pipeline where we're potentially going to collaborate and do the work together. When you collaborate with people, rather than that being 3-4 days worth of work or whatever it might take you as an individual, if you do it with two of you, you kind of reduce down half of the amount of time. And yes, you're reducing down your overall profit because you're having to split it with two people, but you're able to get through that quicker, which means obviously you can make more money throughout the week. So like I said, yeah, it's collaborations is something that I'm looking forward to in 2022, and most definitely interviewing and having conversations on the channel with other window cleaners, exterior cleaners, and doing some interview type videos as well. That's something that I want to focus on. But yeah, so just a recap of last week. It was a really good week. Had some good jobs, some lovely customers that made it easy for me just to kind of edge back into it, because obviously when you have sort of 10 days off or whatever, it can feel a bit of a struggle to get going again, especially when you wake up and it's still dark, it's cold, it's wet. It's sometimes it is hard to find that motivation. But yeah, so something else that we actually did during the Christmas break was we put some sign writing on the van. Now it is very basic, it is very simple, but from having all the conversations with people last year about having a sign written van, is it worth it? Is it worth spending £300 or not, or plus to get it sign written? I completely agree that I think it is essential to have that done, and I didn't have it for the first 4 months of running the business. And so something I decided I wanted to do is I wanted to get it done over Christmas, ready for the new year again. But what I didn't want to do was pay £300-400 to have it done professionally, not because I didn't want to spend the money, but I personally feel like I can spend that £300 somewhere else in the business, which is actually going to get me more of either a guaranteed return, or I can invest it in equipment. And for me, it's about doing the right things right, but not necessarily having to go and spend £300, £400, £500 on something that I don't necessarily need to. I'm quite fortunate that my girlfriend's sister has a little business where she makes kind of personalized items. So she prints, it's not printing, it's like vinyl cutting. So she creates like words and stuff, and people can put them on stuff. Now she uses it's called a Cricut machine, so you can buy it from Hobbycraft, and that's where you can buy the vinyls from. So she has I can't remember the name of it, but she has the smaller one of those. And I said to her, look, is that something we can do? She said, look, if I'm honest, I'm not sure, because I've never done anything that big. Normally I just do like smaller words. So I was like, okay. So I went to Hobbycraft, I spent £40 on some vinyl, and over the space of a day we managed to work out what I wanted, we managed to cut it, and we managed to stick it on the van. Now it doesn't actually have the logo, but my logo, as you can tell, is just basically a black circle with the writing in the middle and 3 kind of water drops at the top. The logo isn't essential for me, and that's the way that I feel about it, because people aren't going to look at the logo like they would Coca-Cola or McDonald's and go, oh, that's what it is. So it doesn't actually matter to a certain extent. That's my opinion on it anyway, right this minute. So I went very basic. I did literally the word "See It Clean," and kind of like listed some of the services that we offer underneath that, and then on the doors put a phone number, and because obviously we are also on Checkatrade, put Checkatrade stickers on the van, which again, if people see me out and about, it's just justification to confirm, okay, that person does that, and they've been checked by Checkatrade, so it's a validation. And for me, for now, that's fine. I've got more stuff to stick on the back, so basically I just want to stick on the list of services again on the back, so people can then see it when I'm driving from behind. But primarily it was just designed so people look out the window and don't just see another van, because I actually had it one time when I was delivering leaflets. I parked up outside and I put a leaflet through this lady's door, and she looked out the window and she must have thought I was a delivery driver because she saw just a plain white van, and she put her head out the window and said, "Hi, have you got a parcel for me?" And I was like, "No, I was just putting a leaflet through the door." Whereas actually, if the van was sign written, even if it's just basic and simple as it is now, they would have looked out and saw that I wasn't a delivery, because they would see that we do, window cleaning and gutter cleaning and stuff. So it just makes it more visible on the road, and that is the whole point of it. It's not, look at me, I've spent £1,000 having a van wrapped. It is just purely and simply, I may pick up 1 or 2 jobs extra from it, and if I do, then it was worth the time, effort, and the 40 quid that I stuck into it. If I don't, it just makes me look a little bit more professional to the existing customers that I do have. So as I said, this is it's just very basic, but it stands out. So it's clean, clear, and concise. There's no worry about confusion. It says what we do. So literally, we've got the Checkatrade sticker and the phone number, which is pretty big. Again, it just stands out. And then literally the logo, or the writing. So See It Clean, residential and commercial window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and pressure washing. Now, at the moment, if I'm honest, don't do pressure washing. However, February, March time, I'm going to buy pressure washing equipment. I've been doing some research, so I wanted to stick it on there now for the sake of it, because obviously I am going to be doing it. And then on the back, I've just got the Checkatrade sticker, and then follow us on social media and a QR code. The reason why I went for a QR code was purely and simply because everyone now, with track and trace, and you go to certain restaurants and stuff, you have to use a QR code, so everyone's used to it. So if my van's parked up, you can literally go to this, bring up your camera, scan the QR code, and then what it will do is it will take you through to what's called a Linktree page. So a Linktree page has all of the links to my social media channels, YouTube, the website, and so on. So basically, rather than having loads of different logos on the van, I can just keep it nice and clean and simple, without having to worry too much about it. Hopefully you found this video insightful from the perspective of what we've been doing. Like I said, with these kind of vlog videos, ideally I want to keep them sort of under 15 minutes at the most, ideally 10 minutes. But yeah, listen, if you've got any questions or any concerns for what you're doing in 2022, or you just want someone to vent your anger to, then feel free to drop me an email, or comment on social media, or comment below, and let's have a chat. But I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's excited to keep moving forward and growing their business. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go back and check out the previous videos, like and subscribe.